suppose.
Petri dish. The Petri dish. The Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish. The Petri dish. The Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here. And, you know, actually, that's a lie. There's nothing growing in here. It's pretty fucking clean right now. Mostly just because me and Austin were gone, not accumulating filth. We're back from Savage Henry Comedy Club, the 8th annual Savage Henry Comedy Club. We're just decompressing, taking some time, trying to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah, some of us more than others.
Taking a lot of time to yourself?
Well, I mean, turns out you come back from a comedy festival and you haven't heard back from a job yet, you still don't have that job.
Yeah.
So, just kind of chilling out, reflecting, a little self-reflection, mainly just keeping my space kind of in order.
There you go.
Went through, organized some papers, and try to keep the sink as empty as possible. And cooked and cleaned for myself. That's all I can do at this point in time right now. Making plans isn't really in the pipes for me right now until I hear back from employers.
Maintenance days.
Pretty much.
That's the way to do it.
Probably the same thing tomorrow because I'm planning on running more errands. Wednesday, might have plans with people. Other than that, it's pretty much crapshoot.
Well, good.
But I get in at least 3 hours of video games every day. So.
Hey, you know, that's more than I'm getting in.
And
so you're doing so good.
Don't forget the 8 hours of sleep I get in my 3 naps I take every day.
Yeah, 8 hours, 3 naps. That's the way to do it.
That's the narrative.
I slept for 12 and a half hours yesterday.
No, I saw that. You went
night.
Yeah. When we got back in, you just kind of went to your room, and I assumed that, yours going to...
Yeah, I just passed right the fuck out. Because Sunday morning, I was only asleep for about 4 hours.
Yeah, what time did you get back? You guys...
Like 4 a.m.
Yeah. I bounced a little bit early just because, I don't know why. I was over my...
You're tired.
I was over my hump.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
No use in partying when you don't want to be at a party.
Yeah, I feel bad. Just like I can't hang like the entire time. And I feel like I might miss something cool, but usually I just don't.
Yeah, usually nothing cool happens. It's just a lot of getting far too drunk. Mm-hmm. I just listened to Ben Kalina talk about Marshawn Lynch for like an hour. It was fucking dope.
Oh, what does he know about Marshawn Lynch?
Apparently they're like from the same area, and he used to just see him all the time.
Yeah, Marshawn's he was born in East Bay or something.
Yeah, so that was fun to listen to. I was pretty white clawed up at that point.
Yeah, some of it snuck up on me and hit me. It might have been because I was pacing a little bit, but then I was also drinking, I think, the big 40-ounce bottles that you were buying.
Hell yeah.
Because you weren't going to finish them, and I know Nick wasn't going to finish them because he was also on his own... He was on his own journey. And
the only person to not make it back to the hotel.
Was Nick?
Yep, he was out there getting AIDS.
Oh, was he? You had to, pick him up or something? Wait,
no,
what?
I mean, he just was... I mean, we were back at 4 a.m.
But he wasn't still?
He wasn't still. So I was up for a little bit like, where the fuck is he?
That's fun.
And then somehow he was there when we were waking up. But I was like, boy, it's a tight window.
Yeah, he must have only gotten like a half hour or something.
Which is probably why he was so sleepy.
Yeah, no, I was sleepy too. Because, I mean, the first night when we were up really, really late, it was on that Saturday, I think. Or not the Saturday, the... Friday. Mm-hmm. We were there at the club.
Second day.
Mm-hmm. And I think I came back with you guys, actually.
Yeah, we all walked back together.
Yeah, because Nick wanted to hang out some more.
But I was fucking blasted.
And I remember actually waking up thinking that it was you getting up, but must have been him coming in. And then, I was woken up again because you were getting up and going to the gym or whatever.
Hell yeah.
But I'm surprised I got knocked out that Saturday just from drinking hard seltzer.
White Claw sneaks up on you, man.
That's what I was saying.
It's 5% alcohol.
I was trying to think of jokes about it. Like it'll get you the kind of drunk where you won't feel drunk, but will still feel the hangover the next morning. So it's a weird experience.
Man, I never even felt the hangover. I think I just stayed hydrated.
Now you feel like here's how I feel hangover. I wake up and I just don't want to get up because I have like that kind of headache and the dry mouth, and I just kind of try and sleep through it. That's kind of that's been my approach at least the last couple times I've done myself in with alcohol. Except the one time I vomited all over your floor.
Hell yeah.
And then my bedroom. So
that's a different kind. That's a whole different.
No, yeah, that's different. That was a different kind of alcohol. This is just like all 5% stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a fun festival. Got a lot out of it. Met a lot of new people, and got some good time in.
Hell yeah.
Which feels great. It almost makes me not want to do an open mic tonight.
Right? I mean, that's the tough part, because now I'm like, well, I don't want to do any more comedy this year. Because,
yeah, you never really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, like, leading up to the festival,
everything.
I didn't even want to do any comedy anymore. I was pretty ready to just call it fucking quits.
Yeah.
But then a bunch of people told me not to quit comedy, and then I did the festival.
Was I one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
And now I
didn't mean to put you in that hole.
now I'm just good at comedy, and it fucking blows.
How many sets did you even have this weekend? Because I don't know if
I
know you did the podcast.
Yeah,
but then
so I
you
did.
hosted.
I did 2 sets the first day. One of them I hosted. And then second day I did my set at 6th and E, and I got bumped to quote-unquote headlining, which was dope. Which was really just like everyone was doing like 7s, and I got to do 10 to 15.
Oh, okay.
Which was dope, because it turned out to be a super cool venue. It was packed out.
That was which one?
6th and E.
6th and
the
okay,
burger place.
yeah.
Yeah, so like, you know, I could tell that wasn't a usual comedy spot, but
Yeah, a lot
everybody
of
there was super into it.
Yeah, there's a loose feel to a lot of the venues.
I had a great set that night, and then we fucked up on some comedy baseball. Still ended up winning.
Yeah, and usually no one will remember that part because that's like at the time of the day where everyone's really getting fucked up.
Yeah, we were all just fucking around anyway. But that was cool. We got to be on a team with those 2 dudes from Abdullah Saeed and David. I can't even.
I don't remember his last name. I never asked.
It's intense.
We met him like 3 times. We ran into him like 3 times.
Yeah,
that
he was
Saturday.
at that restaurant.
So eating at that restaurant that I don't remember the name of, but they have eggs, and if that helps narrow it down, they have eggs
Along the bay. Yeah.
for breakfast. It's on the bay. And then, the night before, he was on the baseball team, and then I bumped into him again, like he was just talking to Andrea. They're both high out of their minds.
Yeah.
Just like, she didn't know how many podcasts, how many episodes of her podcast she had, so I had to come in and, step in, kind of had to mansplain her a little bit, and open up my Spotify account, which I do subscribe for, and count that there was only about 25.
Yeah, it's not terribly a lot.
No.
Because, they've been going with their great moments in weed history for a while, right? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. So check them out. Sorry I can't pronounce your last name, David. It's like super East European. It's got a lot of vowels
Abdullah
up in that
and David.
motherfucker. Yeah, Abdullah and David.
In case
great
you're not
moments
on
in
the,
weed history.
in case you're not on the up and ups.
And then there was another guy. I don't even think I got his name.
What night? Wait.
For comedy baseball on our team.
Oh, the dude.
5th dude.
His name was
I don't know.
Andrew Torres.
Okay.
I know because he hosted the first show that I kind of just forced my way onto.
Nice.
Because the first night everything wasn't working because of the power outages and everything. The first show I was supposed to be on was at 8 p.m. at the 6th and E, the burger shop, but they closed early that night, and so what they did to compensate was push everyone who was on that show back to the midnight show at the club.
Fuck.
And so I had to kill about 6 hours because at that point you guys had already gone off to your first show,
Yep.
which was like 2 or 3 miles away, and I just didn't want to leave. I didn't want to walk. And then a dude just walked in saying he's from a shuttle company with the casino. He's going to shuttle people up to the first show at the Sherry Heights Casino.
Nice.
And I was just like, okay, here we go.
How was that casino? Was it cool?
It was bad.
All right.
I mean, it was a casino. It's a casino in California. So it's not as hopping, I guess, as these Reno casinos. Our Reno casinos got the Keno.
Okay, that's enough rhyming for you.
Got the Bambinos and the Chinos, and it wasn't hopping. That's the point. It wasn't like a hopping spot. We were kind of set up in their quote unquote showroom, I guess. It was just their sports bar section. Mm-hmm. They called it a lounge. It was a sports bar. And so like they had a bar, they had a stage set up like right by the main entranceway. It was just like a threshold. There wasn't a door. It was just people could just walk in and out whenever they want. The stage was like to your immediate left, and then there was like a couple pillars and tables set up, and the closest table to the stage was maybe 10 feet.
So that show was bad.
It was pretty bad, but their comics on were fun. They were all enjoyable people.
Good.
Got to ride back to Eureka with Andrew, along with Michael Isaacs from Denver, who's a fucking funny comic, kind of like a thin Sam Talent in a way.
Oh, yes.
But he's very funny. Yeah, like he does like a lot of. I don't know if I would say, like meta kind of humor. I guess.
I think I saw him on the later or maybe the show Tiffany was hosting back at the club on that last night.
Yeah, he does like a little bit about he does a fucking Transformers joke. Like, I just flew in from being a Transformer. Boy, are my arms tires. Like, that sort of thing. Sorry, I don't want to... That's his joke. That's Michael Isaac's joke. You can follow him at Michael Isaacs.
Perfect.
And, so the Denver people are on a whole nother level. And that was my first night. And then I got to do the midnight show, which is a little bit better, I guess. I mean, it was very loud. And that's kind of where you kind of see the flaw of the club a little bit. With all the comics just kind of hanging out by the bar, drinking, and just chatting it up, which is fine. It's totally cool.
Yeah, I mean, the second day they had it kind of figured out. They were just, Durant was telling everyone to go outside if they're going to talk.
He was getting like real, like the last night of it, when people were still kind of talking, it looked like he was like actually getting ready to like bounce people out almost.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So
he was definitely telling people to not be in here and talking.
Yeah, man, he was like moving the fastest I've ever seen him move, up from upstairs to downstairs. It's crazy.
That's, I mean, when the comedians on stage aren't being heard by their own front row, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So he got that all figured out.
But they got it, yeah. But by the final show at the club, it was pretty fucking stellar.
Yeah.
It was fun to just kind of sit down, and I'm so happy that the last night of shows I got to like just finish up kind of early with the 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can just hang out at the club and just listen, just stand up and just hang out, beat some fools' asses in X-Men versus Street Fighter. Did that. Those fools, by the way, Sacramento comics.
Take that, Sacramento.
Take that, Benton Harsha.
We're going to take you out.
That, Benton and Jason, who have gigs at the San Francisco Punchline.
Yeah.
Here's me. I'm going to punch up.
Fuck. What are your highlights from the fest? What's your top 3 moments?
Just getting to do stand-up in front of people, which is...
That's always fun.
I mean, not like people, but like, decent people, like a new audience, different groups of people. So like the jokes I told before can feel a little bit fresher. That was definitely a highlight. Getting to hang out with you guys. That was fucking awesome. Getting to eat food. We didn't really go out and like do like a food tour or anything like that. We just mainly ate a lot of just, breakfast nooks and stuff. And really just being in Eureka, not having to like go all the way out to
anything far.
Yeah, super far. At least for me, that was my case.
I mean, wiffle ball was the furthest.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I did end up at the Sacramento people's Airbnb for a little bit, and they got like a whole fucking mansion basically, like up in Arcata.
Wasn't there something for like Kevin Costner or some shit?
Yeah, I was telling you about. Yeah.
I made them tell me about it later.
Yeah, so after I smashed Benton and Jason in X-Men vs. Street Fighter, they invited me up to the place because they were like barbecuing stuff, I guess, beforehand, and they made some more shrimp. And so like everyone there was just like, they were enjoying themselves, and I just kind of interjected. I kind of stayed to the side and just ate their food a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, that's just what I did. And everyone showed up again, and everyone shuttled back out to their shows that were all in Eureka, which was fantastic for me because I left my card at the club.
Well, good.
Yeah, it was a fun time. That was a highlight too. Pretty much the whole thing was fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'm trying to
better
think
than last year, at least for me.
Yeah, well, last year was very much like it always has been, but more aware of itself. That it's just fucking comedy summer camp. So let's go fuck around.
Yeah, I like that. I like the vibe. Like the comics have been doing it before. They kind of take that approach and just kind of almost a few of the shows that kind of end up like open mics a little bit, which is fun because they're doing their new stuff, and a lot of the times it just kind of crushes because they're carrying it on their charisma alone.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I
mean, really, half of the time, it is mostly just like you're staring at the comics going like, well, time to fuck around or see what'll actually work in front of just these people. Because I know at that first show at Lost Coast that I had, no one was really there. Like, Courtney was the only audience member.
Shit.
And then the rest was just comics. And which sucked because it was a great room. Like, they had a big stage. They set up a bunch of tables and stuff.
That's nice.
And it was a cool spot, but of course, nobody is going out there.
Damn.
So, it was a cool room, but nobody wanted to, be there. So that kind of sucked. But it was watching some of the comics realize what was happening and then just kind of...
Yeah, just vibing on that.
Yeah, and just fuck around
adjusting
with that.
themselves.
I think my favorite one was during that show was when Emma Haney went up and she was doing this joke about wanting to use her glasses as props more. Mm-hmm. And she was just like saying situations and just like playing with the back of them and making them bounce up. And she was just like, and it made me laugh so much.
Yeah, at that point, everyone was trying to make you laugh, I think.
That's
even at the club, like for some of those later shows.
Yeah, nothing made me feel more at home, like in some sort of Cheers situation, than like frequently.
Yeah, people just like referencing you by first name.
Yeah,
like not everyone
nice.
knows who you are, but like they can definitely find out very easily.
Yeah, right.
You stand out basically.
I think that was my second highlight is having Ben Kalina pick me as all 3 of his fuck, marry, kills during
nice.
just
Yeah.
2 minutes. Mm-hmm. He was going to fuck me, then marry me, and then finally kill me after a very happy marriage. It was my favorite.
My
pick.
question is, what happens at the end of that marriage that drives Ben to kill you?
He just
That's what I'm
figures it's
curious.
our time.
Just out
you
of
know?
love, like you're both like in your 90s.
Yeah, I like to think
together
my
at the
bones
same
have
time.
finally quit. Like I just can't get out of bed anymore.
Yeah, you both kind of aged at the same
Yeah.
rate somehow, even though he's like 10 years younger than you. Maybe I don't know how old he is.
I like to think that he was just going to like realize I can't make it to the porch for our afternoon iced tea, and then
Yeah.
just put a pillow over my face, knowing I have no fight left in
Yeah,
me. I think that's
he
how
knows
it's
that
gonna
because
go.
you wrote it in the will.
Yeah,
Going to do that, and
I was
if
like, pillow me, bro.
if my knees give out before I make it to the patio bench, just smother me.
Yeah.
It's done.
And I think showing up to wiffle ball, knowing that I had just bought that organ at the pawn
Yeah,
shop.
the organ was fucking dope. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
I forgot
I-
the whole. I mean, because I didn't buy anything there, so that doesn't really stand out to me. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
happy for your purchase, of course. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you have a job, you have a well-paying, you have a good, very good job.
And it wasn't even the job. I just still
No,
had that
you just
$100 from gambling.
And you
We
gambled.
went out
Yeah, that's
earlier.
right. We went gambled the week before, I think.
Yeah, and I still had
you
that
like
$100.
$100. Just throwing it away.
And I was just
on a
like,
little
well,
organ.
this was already given to me by the universe. I might as
Yeah.
well throw it into some cool vibes.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
I
that
just
was fun.
roll up my big ass cigar at the ready. I just see Durant running around, and he's like, "Oh, we don't have a PA." And I was like, "What if I just stand to the side and play an organ?" And he was like, "Yeah, fuck you." And then I walked back with
you
the
brought the
organ. He was like,
organ.
"You fucking brought one.
Yeah, yeah.
You actually did it." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I just set it up and started fucking singing dumb songs. I think Courtney just sent me the video of me singing like "Just a Friend."
It was a good little like pre-show thing because you still ended up declaring for the draft.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
I
they
feel
should
like
probably
I had to.
They should probably limit how many people declare. I guess
There was a
or,
lot.
or at least have some kind of a reserve. People in the back. Like people. who
They used to. I mean, because they used to do
That makes
the
it maybe-
draft beforehand
Yeah,
and
that
get
might
their
make
team
it
together.
That might make it a little bit more organized. But it at the end, it kind of all works out because at the end of the day, like half of the people on
they
both
just
teams
quit.
kind of stop playing.
Yeah,
like halfway
after
through.
we made it to this, like the second
Yeah, yeah.
extra inning.
I mean, when the team names are drunks versus drugs, you're going to find an unreliable crew.
And that's why we're all together.
So,
Because
yeah,
we're
like-
all equally unreliable.
Yeah, like I dipped out to try some of the Lost Coast beers that they had there and used their bathrooms.
I don't think I ever dipped out. I think I stayed out the
You
whole
did stay
time.
out there all the time. That's why I made that Instagram story
Team spirit.
of you just standing there because that's what you did. You just stood there and glared. You were
Yeah.
kind of just happy at some point. Like
Yeah.
you're pretty. You were pretty high energy for the first, I guess, 4 innings of the thing.
Right, and then I was like,
you-
it's still going.
And then you forgot baseball is 9 innings.
Yeah.
And plus extra innings in case it's tied, which it did end up tied.
Tied for a while.
Honestly, I lost track of time. It felt like we were like on maybe the 8th inning, and then I went to go use the restroom, and then all of a sudden the game was over.
Yeah.
And then after, going back to the club and hearing about it, it turns out like there was extra innings after the 9th. So like, what happened to those 4 innings I missed just in the bathroom?
Just trading back and forth.
Okay, just
Good
like real,
pitchers and lots of ball catching.
like
and
people were just at that moment just
No one
throwing their
scored.
bats down in protest,
Yeah.
stopping play. Just let someone come up and hit the ball.
We had we like just forsaken all order of batters and just gone who wants to fucking try, striking out and send them back. It was a fucking mess, but it was a beautiful mess.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with only losing by 1 point.
As long as it's 1 point, as long as it's just like a walk-off home run, it's not like this, situation with loaded bases and everything.
Yeah, that way next year we can really go back and steal the fucking trophy.
And take it serious. Yeah, take it seriously.
All the way.
Steal the trophy.
Hopefully Andrew Holmgren will be back.
Yeah, break into the house of
take his-
Chris Durant and steal his
Steal his
steal
shit.
The,
We'll have masks.
just steal the trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also steal the couch, I guess, that Cal Kinane slept on, because that seems like something you want.
I mean, of course I want that couch. It had Kyle Kinane on it. It had Ian Carmel.
That's a weird.
It is-
That's a weird
I'll
reason to
steal
want a
his
couch.
You don't. Who doesn't want Kyle Kinane's exotic juices?
I don't know. Oh, that's the thing you want. Okay, yeah.
Don't we all? I mean, everyone's been pretty much drinking his Kool-Aid pretty well.
Yeah.
We can all. We can all accept it now.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this industry kind of is, I guess. Look at me saying this industry when I don't know what I'm talking about.
You are the industry.
I am this industry. At least when it comes to Reno, I am this Reno industry. All roads come through me now.
Yeah.
That's the flex now. Take that, guys who are in town booking shows and not me.
I mean, you could book shows too.
Yeah, I could. Probably, I will. Shut up. No, that's actually some,
Yeah, you can't insult yourself on a thing that you can totally do.
No, yeah. No, I'm not insulting. What do you mean? I'm insulting myself. I said that everyone must go through me now. That's actually the most, tooting my own horn I've ever done. Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, you can't say it facetiously, though.
I do. I know. I can't. Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I got to set some like goals now. I think because Savage Henry was like one of the big ones. I think just making it out there and just the goal was really just having a good time. I didn't even like put a whole lot of time into or a whole lot of thought into like what kind of sets I really wanted to bring. Because I don't have that. I think that's the thing that I need to like have 5-minute, 10-minute things that I can fall back on like reliably.
You don't have that? You just have bits in your head?
Yeah, kind of. I don't put them together. Like I don't like have them like written down like, oh, these are my 5-minute sets that I can do. These are my 10 minutes I can do.
But usually by the end, do you even have an idea of like how long each bit is so you can cobble them together?
Sort of, I guess. Like at the end of the day, like I'm trying to make it like 1 to 2 minutes for each bit, I guess. But a lot of times I still like overestimate, and I'll write at least like 5 things down on a piece of paper. A lot of times I don't even get to it. So
that's just how it happens.
That's
one way to do it.
The only like set like reliable set I could probably fall back on was the one I did at the neighborhood show, which was like around 6 minutes, which can be cut, shortened to 5, I guess. And you've heard those jokes already. Those are all like I can just fall back on those. It's like all the other bits that I have. They're not really in a kind of order, like an order. They don't fall into like any big groups yet because I just haven't put the time and effort into organizing it all. By themes. A lot of the time I'm just like running them through my head. And categorizing them that way. I don't do the hard paper, computer. Saving it on a file. There you go. I'm a fucking rad dude who can do that. I don't need a pen and paper. Even though I totally brought
even though you carry one everywhere.
I still brought my notes on stage every fucking night. No, but yeah, I think the goal now is get back to putting on shows, at least in Reno, with people I want to see, and hopefully have them come out here and hopefully get them paid for it.
Good.
Which is, you got to pack out those rooms too, or at least got to, I don't know. It sucks to happen with Imbibe. That's just when I think about that, because like Dylan was like so into it, he wanted to put on a showcase, and like they only let him do like 3. And it was like a trial run.
Pulled it out. Yeah. That'll happen.
Yeah. Shit.
That'll happen everywhere around here, frequently. Which is why I think we just need to like fucking bite the bullet and just start booking the actual venues around here.
Like the actual like show spaces.
Yeah. The ones that the show space isn't going anywhere, and they will always consistently have shows, and not just think like, we're going to get karaoke instead or trivia.
I feel like we like all of us have some kind of connection to those rooms already in some form or fashion. I mean, you're in a band. Nick probably knows people. Both Nicks know people.
Yeah.
And we just don't do it. But not this year. Not this time. Let me tell you now, that's not going to happen. I'm making an oath. We're going to do a show at Bruca Theater at some point.
Okay.
No, maybe not Bruca. Maybe something a little bit smaller. But, well, Bruca's not that big. I've actually never been. No, I've never been down there. And aren't they doing? They're doing some plays.
Yeah.
There, and then there's that spot that fucking Nick shows are happening at. I don't know where that is. You know where that is? That Midtown spot?
Kind of.
The Good Luck Macbeth? Is that the name of the spot?
I forgot where it is.
Well, we'll look at it.
Reno Little Theater exists.
Well, we're going to look it up because we're going to be going to that show.
Well, there you go.
Go see Nick Jostin in that show that he's in. Good Luck Macbeth. Let the right one in.
There it is. You did it.
I did. I found it out. I figured it out. So yeah, I think we're I'm all caught up on what I wanted to talk about.
Good.
Savage Henry was dope. Let's talk about fucking Disney Plus. You see,
Do you have one?
No, but they had on their Twitter feed, they posted like a huge thread that's just every thing that's going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, all right.
And there's some, you got the choice cuts in there. You got your Beauty and the Beasts. You got your Finding Nemos. You got your Herbie Fully Loadeds. But then you also got some of like those weird, like, oh yeah, they put these out like on direct to video, like the second and third sequel of Beauty and the Beast. You remember those movies? Belle's Story or something?
Nope.
Well, they've been doing it since the 40s, it turns out. So there's way more
Jesus.
So like you think like Disney's this huge corporation, like it's this pervasive thing, it's like in everything. Well, there's more to it. There's so much more just like scum like on the top that they just didn't scoop out of the soup that they were making.
Jesus.
So there's this movie called The Shaggy DA. So you know the Shaggy Dog? There's a movie called The Shaggy Defense Attorney. Came out in 1973. I've been posting about it on Twitter because I want to watch that movie. That's I've just been like making fun of, been like putting up retweeting myself basically.
Jesus Christ!
It's like saying like, hey, go. This is the only reason. I wasn't planning on buying a Disney Plus account, but the Shaggy DA. This is the thing. This is what hooked me into it. This is all it took to get me.
Is the Shaggy DA
to get my $7? This is all Disney needed to do. Was make a movie called The Shaggy DA. All other Disney media is trash in comparison to The Shaggy DA. And I've just been retweeting myself, just nesting it because I don't know how to do a thread. It's been like that. And that's been my day, actually. I've just been kind of having fun on Twitter.
Twittering at Disney.
Yeah, kind of making a little bit of a social media footprint.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you're solidly cemented in the hearts and minds of the internet people.
Hell yeah, I'm going to get my foot right up in their nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
there
how
you go.
Yeah, that's how content is attacking consumers nowadays. If I can say,
getting them in the nuts.
Yeah, it's a quick consumer nut shot.
Good.
It's fucking vanilla taps.
Man,
right
I think
right to the dick with a foot.
I'm just over the idea of
comedy,
like,
yeah,
social media as content.
Yeah, but yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, I mean, just your day-to-day life, just being around people is a content in itself. If you want to think about it like that.
I mean, that's the idea that reality TV is sold to us.
Yeah, and it worked, and then you get into real life, and you realize, like, man, we just don't have anything to say to one another sometimes. I wish there was like a producer for the house sometimes. So you're like, all right, so there's going to be a little bit of drama between you and Nick. All right, here's what's going to happen. You're going to find out that he didn't flush the toilet just a couple hours ago, and you're going to stew about it, and you're going to bring it up to him in a very intense roommate meeting that's going to be scheduled. And then you're going to go off. You're going to lose your mind because you're usually the quiet one, but this time this puts you over the edge. That's how they do it, right? I don't know. That's how reality TV's structured.
Yeah.
They get a fucking dude to tell the actors or the reality TV stars, these are your motivations. Some like loose observations. It's basically like an improv game. If you think about it.
It's all just life, man.
Man, that'll be cool. What if we get Randy in on that? We get him to just, throw out some suggestions. Just take off to the side,
Just want to let him live his life.
That's good. He's still around.
What
about a house update? Just like a general house update.
Still here.
It's still here. Didn't burn down. Nick did a good job taking care of the place.
Yeah. Chickens are alive.
Yeah.
Chicken update. They're still going. They're laying wrinkly eggs.
Yeah. Do they still crack, or is it like a softer shell?
Like a weird. Just one of them was just fucking wrinkly.
So what do you do with them? You throw them away?
No, they're still eggs.
You freeze them?
They're just wrinkly.
Okay. But you can still crack them, and it's like a regular egg and everything.
Yeah, there's the eggs.
Okay. It's just like when I think of wrinkly, I think like, oh, it's like a felt shell. It's like a leather shell.
The velveteen egg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's not like a hard. It doesn't have structure to it anymore.
Like
but it just came out wrinkly, and then it's
inside's
still
full of chocolate.
yeah, it's just
Can't have breakfast in this egg.
it's just weird. I don't trust those eggs. I guess I don't. I'll try them out. I'll give them a shot, but they got to be solid and smooth for me. A little bit of poop on them is fine. I can wash them off in the sink like vegetables.
I mean,
That's
you
totally
don't have
cool.
to eat any of the eggs.
I'm eating some of the
You can
eggs.
just
No way. There's so many fucking eggs.
yeah.
I
There's
don't
way
know.
too many.
And I know you're a big guy, but I don't know if you're going to be able to eat all the fucking
It's
eggs.
impossible.
Yeah, at this point. So,
Because if not, they just get given away to people. People still like them.
lay off me and my eggs. The eggs that I eat, that I claim are mine when I grab them. They're not my eggs. They're my eggs once they're in my hands. Which is
makes
how,
sense.
yeah, that's how capitalism should work.
No.
Well, that's how, yeah, I don't know.
That is kind of how capitalism
That kind of
works.
is how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a hand involved, but it's usually like invisible and it's like groping everybody, so it's gross.
Yeah, the invisible groping hand was my favorite college economics lesson.
Yeah, my favorite college band too.
Yeah, oh, you mean Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, invisible groping hand of fate. That was one of their songs. I think must have been like a B-side or like one of
Jesus
their,
Christ.
or like
The
an
invisible groping hand of fate?
or like an early demo of that song "Eat You Up."
Jesus Christ.
I'm never gonna stop thinking about that fucking music video. It's like the worst thing I think ever.
Yeah. It's because Limp Bizkit, totally not a chill dude.
No, his name Limp Bizkit.
His
Yeah.
name, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Freddie Limp Bizkit Durst.
Now, his full name is Limp Bizkit.
I like that. It's kind of like how like parents refer to like all video games as Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's just how you refer to Fred Durst.
He's that Limp Bizkit.
He's that Limp Bizkit guy.
That Limp Bizkit
Yeah.
fella. Always raping people in the woods.
Yeah, that's what he does. Oh man,
Most prolific white rapist.
man, he owns like a whole record label and shit. I think
Yeah.
he'll fucking buy us up and eat us up and spit us out.
No.
That's the kind of guy Fred Durst is.
Well, yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. I don't think he has the power.
He probably doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have the power.
He doesn't have the
He's probably
reach.
he's not even CEO of his own company anymore.
No, he probably got let go after some incidents.
After some stuff came up.
After some incidents in the forest.
After some stuff came up, which
May or
was
may not have been filmed.
that stuff is that fourth Limp Bizkit album.
God, there's only 4 Limp Bizkit albums?
No, there's 6.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm looking it up right now because I want to try and figure out if he actually has a like a record label or like the name of the record label at least.
I feel like that would be the only reason he still has records being made.
Yeah.
There's no way that there's still some major label out there going, you know who's still killing it? Limp Bizkit. Let's continue to give them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They're still selling out fucking carnival grounds. They're still selling out big old mud patches in, Kentucky and fucking hole in the wall, Illinois.
Yeah.
They're still a big thing because Insane Clown Posse is a big thing still. And so is fucking Korn, as well as some
You're
rap.
so mad about it.
No, I'm not mad. I'm just like trying to just bring my voice up. Who the fuck is Kevin Rudolf, though?
That's what
weird.
you finally decide to raise your voice about new metal?
No, not really. No, I'm not like mad. I don't hate it. I grew up with it. I'm just like
Yeah, you're
I'm just getting lost a little bit.
furiously defending it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say furious. I'm just like whenever I get the chance to like bring it up, like, hey guys, remember Alien Ant Farm? Remember them? Remember they did that cover of that Michael Jackson? Wasn't that fun?
God.
Man, people say new metal can't be fun? Look at that song. Look at that song. You think new metal can't be emotional? Look at another song from that album that Smooth Criminal came out on.
Yeah,
You'll find
any
it.
of those other songs that people totally listen
Yeah, man.
to.
Yeah, I've listened to them.
Yeah, you have.
I have. They're not bad. I'll key you in sometime when I'm not so.
Probably bad.
Yeah, no, shut up. You know what you're talking about. Shut your fucking stomach up.
I very much do. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know exactly
Alien
what.
Ant Farm.
Who the fuck is Kevin Rudolph though? Because
Not good.
It came up as an associated act. Whenever you look up musicians on Wikipedia, there's a little table, and they have a little box.
This is the bassist's side project from 2007.
Well, a lot of times it's just like other bands that would have been in the lineup with them. They've played festivals together and stuff. I just don't know who the fuck some of these guys are sometimes. Kevin Rudolph is an American musician, director, actor, known for a 2008 single called Let It Rock. Known for genres rap rock, alternative rock, disco punk, neo-psychedelia, rock, hard rock, indie rock, and hip-hop. This is now the Kevin Rudolf hour. Just going to read down his Wikipedia.
I'm glad we've reached another reading off the internet.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about some of your favorite things, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. I'll just keep rolling off the facts about Kevin Rudolf. Solo career took a detour in 2003. It says here, according to Wikipedia.org, that is when famed recording engineer Jimmy Douglas introduced him to superstar producer Timbaland. Rudolf was invited to watch a recording session, but at Timbaland's urging, soon found himself participating by playing guitar on Lil' Kim's breasts. This was back on the 2003 hit, The Jump Off. You can hear it. That's going to be in the liner notes. Read it up. Under instruments played, guitar, bass, Lil' Kim's breasts. Rudolf remembers at first, I just went into the studio to observe what I could, and then I brought my guitar in, and then played Lil' Kim's breasts. Just all over them, no pasties. The pasties were the picks. He was just playing.
What part was the strings?
Ooh, that's a good question. They don't have that here on Wikipedia, unfortunately. I wasn't in the room with them.
Next time you bring me new metal facts, there better be a lot more research.
These aren't my new metal facts. This is Wikipedia's new metal facts.
That's even worse. That you haven't done the research.
Nope. Because, you asked me, you want to do a podcast? And I'm like, yeah, I can kill an hour. Let's do this. I can read Wikipedia things.
Well, that's about all the time we have today, guys. Thank you for...
What else do you want to talk about, though? I saw a cat in the hallway the other day.
Yeah, there's been a cat. I think it's the one that Randy feeds.
Oh, okay.
That the old neighbors just abandoned, or not neighbors, the people that lived in this house abandoned their cat.
And they... Fuck.
And now that Nikki's not here, it just kind of wanders in the dog door and hangs out.
That's fine.
So I'm like, yeah, whatever. It can hang out. It can eat fucking chicken food if it wants. I don't really care. I mean, I'd like to have a cat, but I don't want to have a cat
that
I'm responsible for. So it's going to break my shit. I got to care about another thing.
Have you ever lived with a cat before?
No.
Never?
Sounds terrible.
You just think it... is that just from... What experience are you drawing that from?
From everyone I've known with a cat.
Okay.
And owning other pets myself.
Okay, yeah.
Knowing that it's a hassle to take care of any animal.
Yeah. Especially a hamster. You ever had a hamster?
And then to be financially responsible for all of it at the same time, not fun.
Yeah, I get you.
It's real easy to just enjoy an animal existing.
Okay.
A lot different if I can be responsible for it.
No.
And I don't want to care about that cat.
Well, it feels like I fired you up about this cat issue now.
I just fucking...
So you just, we'll just let the cat kind of just hang out. Maybe we can make a little box. Because at this point, if it's the feral cat that's coming in, it's not really, we don't need to take care of it. Just maybe put a bedding down for it or something just so it's not dying in winter, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's not our responsibility.
Oh, yeah, it's not, huh?
That's called taking care of a cat.
It's barely taking care of a cat. We're just putting a little box out. Not even a bed, just fucking that box. Just lay it down. Just let that cat live in that box, I guess. That might be the only reason the cat's even coming in this fucking house. Just to play with that box.
So I should throw that box away.
And poop in your shoes.
It's definitely not doing that.
Ooh, not yet.
I think there would probably be more poop in there if it was doing. I feel like there were their peach-colored shoes. Yeah, it would show poop pretty well.
We'll play it by ear. We'll see we'll monitor the situation for the next couple of weeks. Really, I saw the cat yesterday.
You really want that cat, don't you?
No, I just saw it and just thought I'd bring it up. I mean, because what else? What else? There's a cat now. There's a cat that doesn't want to fucking be outside and be feral. It wants to fucking come in here because that dog door's there.
Mm-hmm. I got to get that new fucking door. That front door is starting to really fucking blow.
Is it? Yeah. So you got to fix that. You got to get 2 doors now.
No, I'm probably just going to move the front door to the back door, and that solves the whole there being a hole in the door issue.
That's good. That's a thrifty little move you're making.
Yeah, and then I only got to buy one door.
Cool.
Preferably with a window on it, or anything to see on the other side.
Like an actual see-through window, and not like one of those decorative windows where they kind of look like there's a weird ripple kind of effect to it.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. I don't know why people do glass like
a frosted glass windows.
Yeah, if it's gonna be see-through, make it see-through, man.
Yeah, it's like a decorative thing.
Ugh. I guess decorative is probably nicer.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to look good on the front of this fucking house. This house is pretty ugly. I got to get a different paint scheme or something because I'm pretty sure it was hasn't been painted since the 70s.
I'll take your word on that.
It's just fucking, and then the bricks are all falling off.
I mean, the house that I grew up in, I wouldn't say it was it wasn't the ugliest house, but the insides are pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because at one point my parents decided to paint the walls, which had been, I think, basically like just like a beige, I think, a white maybe.
Some sort of off-white,
just whatever,
neutral.
Like whatever the default was when they built the house. And they decided to paint all the each wall a different color, which is weird.
Oh, no.
That's what they went and did. So, like, the living room is, like, purple, but then there's, like, a wall that's in the living room that's kind of like a fifth wall, you know, where the fireplace was, and they painted that orange.
Okay.
And then they painted the dining room orange. They painted, like, the bathroom blue. And the hallway, the entry hallway, I think, is also blue.
What color was all the trim on stuff?
Trim. No, it was just... No, it was just a solid mat of paint. They
Hell
just
yeah!
slapped it down.
All right, they just went full color on everything.
No, my
no, like little white accents or anything.
No, they're not interior designers. They're according to what my brothers told me, they're hoarders. They're not like they're not in tune with a sense of feng shui or whatever.
Some design standards.
No,
or anything.
not
They're
really.
just slapping paint over paint.
Yeah, and they're putting a fucking. I mean, there's always been like this big. It's really cool, like looking like. Piece of like Chicano art from my stepdad's cousin is just kind of hanging over the big empty space over the fireplace. That's the only cool thing about the entire living room. Everything else is just weird. Like there's no real like need for like a molding, honestly, because you can't even see like where the floors meet the walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's none of that like in any of the living room. It's a fucking big living room. There's a lot of shit just like kind of in the living room. There's space to be in it, but there's like TVs, entertainment consoles, there's fucking fireplace, there's vases and shit, there's tables and couches, like bookcases and a piano, I think is on one side of the room. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I never designed anything in houses growing up just because we were always in military housing and going to be moving within like 4 to 6 years anyway.
Okay.
So it was always just fucking white walls and simple shit.
They don't just paint it camo? It's because they're army? They don't just do that. They don't paint camo and then like
a lot cooler.
And then an army font type.
Put up some netting.
They type home on the front.
God, just in white paint in a stencil.
They call it home base.
This would really be the first place. I mean, I guess I forgot that my dad owned his house in fucking Alaska when we were there. But again, we only there for 4 years, so it's not like we had long to, get stuff decorated. The only decoration I did was I hung up a poster of guitar chords on my wall, but I didn't have a thumbtack or any nail handy.
So you just tape?
No, I just shoved a dime into the drywall, and then
used the dime as
dime in the paper and I just
punctured the.
I just Hulk handed a dime through the wall and through the poster, and that's how it hung.
Oh, okay. That's a new way to do it.
The only decorations I've ever done.
Yeah. Were you just not allowed near hammers or something?
I just was too lazy to go and get anything other than that dime I had in my pocket, and I wasn't so into hanging the poster that I was ready to prepare anything beyond what was in my pocket.
Yeah, man, your brain's wild.
Yeah, so I just shoved a dime in the wall, and it stayed like that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Until we were leaving, and my dad was like, "What the fuck is this hole in the wall?"
No, that's when I tried to shove a dime through it.
Yeah, there's my dime hole.
Yeah. I was trying. Why is there a dime hole? Oh, I really like this band. I really wanted to show that I like that. Isn't that weird? Put posters up in our room, like, cause whatever. This is a bit.
Yeah, I only have posters up of myself in my room.
That's true. You don't have like any band Well, you have the. That's not really a poster though. It's like an album or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, I have records hanging up on the wall.
Yeah, you have some records and shit. Yeah, no band posters.
That's just because I can take those records off the wall and play them.
Yeah, I've never
get cool decoration record thingies.
Yeah, I've never had like a cool, like decorated room. I've never like decorated my own bedroom. You know, like I don't put posters up. I have one poster in mine, and that's of the place I used to work at. So I don't know how long that has, left up on the wall there. I'll give it like another month. It's a one-of-a-kind thing, apparently, but they printed it on, like, the cheapest fucking Office Depot paper you can probably get.
Of course.
and really, it's... Yeah, I have, like, nothing really to put up. That's the point. When I was a kid, though, in our room, our parents let us... Because our room was just, like, all wood panels,
Weird.
So, yeah, very weird. It was mostly wood paneling, so... They let us kind of design the room by just giving us a bunch of sticker books. And so we just put stickers up all on the walls. And it's like of everything. So it's like Disney stickers, Pokemon stickers.
Random fucking stickers.
There's like those glow-in-the-dark like star plastic pieces that you can cut out and they have like the little adhesives on them?
Yeah.
There's some of those too.
Oh,
that was up,
just throwing in with the stickers.
they're up near the top. Like we need like our parents to actually reach them because we were kids. Until we got the bunk beds, then we can put shit up there too.
Hell yeah.
I think we had like Mario Kart stickers up there. There's like stickers all over the place, and then residue of stickers that I wanted to peel off because I hated the way they looked on the walls at some point.
Yeah.
But now nobody lives in that room. It's just like another spot. Remember I told you that my parents are hoarders?
Yeah.
So that's another room. That's kind of like
full
where
of boxes and random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting there. It's not like so that room I'm talking about is adjacent to the room I generally stay in whenever I visit. And that was the room I was living in for most of college, I guess. That's the room they're using for storage. They kind of left that room as like another hallway, honestly, because it goes from one side of the house to another side of the house. It's a linking room. There's 2 doorways in it. You know what I mean? You know that? You know what I'm talking about? A linking room that has 2 separate doors that you can open and close. It's like a weird...
Like a hotel has sometimes?
I guess, like if you want to go from like your room to like the next person's room, but with like no, without the whole lock situation. There's just like 2 doors, one on like on opposite ends. So like people who were like coming from like a bathroom on one side of the house can walk through that room and then open another door and walk into like the dining area. Yeah. It's an interesting house because it was built in like the 40s before any kind of structural laws were in place, I guess.
Yeah, they were just like, put rooms wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah, like 40% of that house is maybe extensions. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like this hallway is like not,
just
it's
like
not
weird...
like, it's up to code. Like you just like keep it on the lowdown. Don't tell anybody about it. Like that's most of my house that I lived in. Like there was a garage, but now it is my older brother's room because it's no longer a garage. They stripped the they stripped like the concrete, I guess. I don't know. It was never a garage when I was living in that house. It's just they put carpet in it. My older brother lives in there and lifts weights.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of it's a big fucking house.
I had posters from like video games and stuff when I was growing up.
My brother has that now. He has his own room and he's doing a better job of decorating it in a way that makes sense. It caters to his personality, which is good. He's got posters of video games, like he said. He's got posters that he bought explicitly online on Amazon, just so he can frame them and put them up on his walls.
I don't think I've ever bought posters on purpose.
No,
before.
he's bought fucking sunglasses off Amazon and necklaces off, like like chains, like gold chains. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, yeah, but you don't see that because he has it under his fucking jackets that he buys from. I think it might be gay, but that's a whole other thing that we don't need to get into.
He needs his own Queer Eye episode. We'll just get him all.
Honestly, he's probably the most metrosexual of my brothers. Like he takes care of himself. Like no one taught him to really. He's just
gotta look. Gotta look it up after.
For whatever reason, he just spends an hour in the bathroom.
He's jerking off twice.
I don't think he jerks off. He might. I don't know. He could. I can see. I mean,
you can see him jerking
like
off
mechanically, he can do it. It's just I don't see him. I don't like picture that part of it, like that a part of his personality. No. But he also has a the map from Skyrim.
Yeah.
He
used
has
to have one of those up.
Yeah, he put it up in his room. That and the Oblivion map.
I never had the Oblivion one. I did Skyrim. I did a StarCraft 2 thing. I did Jack and Daxter.
Jacking off and Daxter.
Jacking off and Daxter.
Jacking off Daxter.
I think I had a drums, different kinds of drum fills to do, and it was just like a bunch of musical notation stuff.
It's like an informative poster.
Yeah, it was like salsa, merengue.
Like a poster that has the intention of, like, if someone walks in, if someone walks into your room, they can read your walls.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But then I realized, no one wants to read things on the walls in my room, and neither do I.
Yeah, it's just like a weird thing to have, huh?
Yeah, so now I just decorate my room with shit that I've done just purely because I have nowhere else to put it.
Yeah, that way you don't have to read it because you already know you were on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really, the things I have in my room, pictures of me, but it was band pictures from a venue that I used to like. My room looks conceited as fuck when you go in there.
Oh, yeah.
I may or may not have been judged about it before, but it's honestly because, like, a lot of these things feature the idea of me, but they're from events that I really enjoyed, and I don't do many events outside of myself. You know, like I'm not
you're not
going to a lot of concerts.
You're not like photoshopping your face on Time magazine.
Yeah.
Is the thing that you're trying
know?
to get at. It's like you're a part of these you're part of these events. That's you in the photograph. You can prove it.
Yeah.
There were witnesses.
And it wasn't just like I want to hang up a photograph of myself. This was from a venue that went down, and they gave me this because of how much I went there to support the place. You know, so that whole thing.
Yeah.
Has a special place in my heart, and all the various posters and things are important times in my life, like my first headlining gig, my first New Year's shows.
But it would be weird if you printed out all your Facebook profile pictures and then put that on your wall.
That'd be very strange, very serial killer-y. In fact. That would be not good.
Could be, yeah, very circular. Right.
Not good to just have social media pictures printed out and
could just be someone could just be very proud of those profile pictures.
That's why you have that's why you have.
That's
Facebook.
why there's that's why there's Instagram and shit. That's the same. It's almost the same principle. Just like look at my fucking wall. Look at all this dope ass shit I was in.
Yeah,
you know, just posting on Instagram like that. It's just a fucking internet wall.
That's why it's called a wall.
It is called a wall. And I'm just whoa. I'm just holy shit, blowing my mind here.
And that's again why I don't like the idea of social media as content.
I haven't smoked weed in 3 weeks. Look at me. My fucking brains are all over fucking bricks right behind me.
Exploded.
Oh, I had to take a swig of water for that one. Oh, man, my mouth's so dry because I'm so fucking high. It just blew my mind.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about myself anymore.
It seems like you're doing general, like just getting back in the swing of things, I think. You just need to like kind of take a minute because you had that whole festival of basically not having a plan, really. Just like being around people, just enjoying the company. Just
enjoying
and
people,
being in a community.
Enjoying the community, being a part of a community.
Yeah. And now that you're out of that for right now, you kind of got to find your footing again.
Recenter.
I think that's really it.
It was strange to think over the past few months that I was somehow like ditching my ego in any way, you know? Mm-hmm. To think that I was working on myself so much that I'm not this fucking like self-centered art being.
But that's kind of feeding that. I think. That is it. I mean, taking care of yourself is a part of that.
And I think that's the part of like, I don't know the beginnings or endings of healthy ego or proper self-maintenance. You know, I guess. And so, like, this weekend was such a healthy ego boost that it's really hard to come back and be like, fuck, okay, I still really enjoy being me.
Yeah.
I enjoy being me, and I enjoyed who I was at that festival, being the fucking person I was. Because sometimes I want to deny the fact that I'm this fucking clown of a person sometimes. But it's only because sometimes I think things are funny, and I don't think bits are funny unless you're sticking to it and selling it.
Yeah.
And so I stick to my social bits as much as I can, and I try to, if I think something is funny, laugh and or go along with it, or you know, fully commit to whatever's happening. And
that's what I think I'm going to do with this this Twitter thread I'm working on.
You got to sell it.
Retweeting about the dog DA. Wait, the Shaggy DA.
The Shaggy DA.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know what fucking ego is. I barely post social media shit. I'm just happy that I was enjoying comedy for the time I was actually on stage, because people were enjoying it, and that's it for me. That's the ego boost I needed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been enjoyed around Reno the whole year. Nobody has been outwardly like, I don't like you. Like, I've not made enemies in any fashion.
Do you ever think that's probably like maybe that's like an intimidation factor to it, though? Because like they know if maybe they do hate you, you could rip their faces off, their heads.
I don't know. I feel like
if you really wanted to.
I feel like physically I am definitely intimidating to people. And sure, that's a fact. I feel like I'm just as socially intimidating to people. Like, everyone knows that nobody doesn't like me.
I mean, you tore Jim Fleming a new asshole with the roast battles.
Yeah.
And when is the last time he texted you?
Not in a while. Well, he was trying to get me to go do the roast battle with him, but then he just took Bryant Tarpley instead, because I'm assuming he realized I was going to win again.
Yeah. But also, it was falling under, it's like around the same time as Savage Henry, I think.
Yeah, it was going to be the week before.
Oh, was it the
I
week
told him
before?
I was free, and then he just never texted me back. Probably just because I wasn't enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, I think he reads that pretty well. I mean, but
he was also drunk as hell when he was telling me about it, so I'm just assuming he
probably
just forgot about it. Yeah.
Forgot once he went to his pizza coma.
Yeah, he does that. And then, so I don't know. This entire year it was kind of a joke, but I was talking on Twitter about how, like, 2019, I made a lot of new friends. I feel like I've made too many friends. I've got to re-find myself and make some enemies. Make some moves that matter enough for other people to not like them.
Or just stop being friends with certain people then.
Yeah,
you can also just do that.
I've done that a lot this year.
Yeah, just slowly stop talking to
there's
people.
There's plenty of people that I'm not really friends with anymore.
Yeah, you and me, we're not friends ever. Like we never talk.
You just need to live in a place, and this place exists.
It. I just live in this fucking house and touch all your shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not like I'm fucking inviting people over all the time. Like I was trying to do that when we first started the house, and just like, let's have a fun weekend doing this. And now I'm like,
that was fine the first. Yeah, that was fine the first year. Then you can kind of More people need to be doing that. We need to be the ones who are invited to their shit.
I mean, Caesar's doing a good job with his show. Yeah. It was a fun fucking show.
Keep doing more of that, Caesar. Yeah. I think the problem is no one else owns a house.
Yeah.
That's the other big thing that you kind of threw yourself into, I guess, because you needed this place to stay, and we all kind of needed one.
Yeah. And I just know that, like, I don't know. I want to stick around here. Like, I want to be in this area for as long as it wants me. Mm-hmm. And I already feel like I don't belong here. You know? Like, I already feel like I made a mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been here for fucking 4 years. That seems like a...
Yeah.
That seems like about...
Actually, it's only been 3 years.
3. Oh, yeah, 3 for you, 4 for me.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Kind of the same position, I guess.
But I'm stuck here for 2 more years.
With the lease.
Yeah. Stuck having this as my primary residence till 2021.
Well, then you just got to make the most of these days and try and not be in Reno as often.
Yeah. I'm taking my first vacation for myself.
Hang out with your bandmates. Isn't Pup coming to Sacramento or something like that? Go to
that.
Go to that show
I'm
with them.
Definitely going to go watch Pup.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out there for myself more. I'm flying to San Francisco next month.
Do it by yourself. Invite some.
Go fuck around.
Bring one person that you want to see something with. Do that.
Yeah.
Someone who else would appreciate it.
Yeah. That's the problem. Is I made too many comedy friends, and so we all enjoy comedy.
Right.
I don't really know anybody that enjoys any of the other things.
Any of the other things, like musicals and.
Yeah.
Singing loudly in the car, and pop punk, which is something I've kind of turned around to with pop punk. I was never really big into it.
It's because there's a lot of shitty bands,
but it's fine. It's like I can at least like enjoy it, I guess. Like I kind of wrote it off in high school just because I hung out with like metalheads.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what happens when metalheads love metal. Everything else is gay to them, basically. Yeah. So it's tough.
That's just how it's always been.
Yeah, that's not all metalheads. Like some of my friends are pretty decent metalheads who are like pretty open to most music. I'm gonna try and turn them around. I'm gonna try and turn around this new Menzingers album.
Yeah, I don't know.
See what they say.
Most of the metalheads I know go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Like they just stay into metal forever and everything else sucks, or they found like that weird post-hardcore metalcore phase of the late 2000s, got super into like musical theory, and now they're just assholes about all music in general.
Oh yeah,
it's just how it goes.
Yeah, like that one dude whose videos you watch sometimes.
Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, cool, man.
Man, more people need to just like lighten up and listen to some of the good stuff, like Smooth Criminal from Alien Ant Farm. The one good... I'll at least defend this. It's the only good new metal song. I don't even know if I can count it as a new... It's a cover song, but it's a weird like new metal version, which is a weird, of a Michael Jackson song. It's poppy. It's fun. You can throw that on at a party. I think it's more appropriate. I think
a lot more people like care about that version than they do the actual normal Michael Jackson,
especially
version.
After all that shit about him came out, and it's been actually known for public record for quite a while.
Yeah.
But people are just like, but he made fucking Off the Wall, and so they kind of just got to let him live with it.
Yeah, they're like, that was 25 years ago. Who cares? Man, fuck.
But no, I where did we get? We kind of got off, but I would totally throw on that version of Smooth Criminal over the original. If it was like comes to like a house party, or like just a good vibes, like barbecue, outdoors type of deal, I throw that on. More,
And that's where, man...
That's where we draw the line, and that's why we haven't talked and are no longer friends. It's because I've been taking this hardcore stance on this one song.
Like, I just wish that I knew more people that enjoyed the other things that I like, you know? Like,
oh, you want them to enjoy, exactly, you want them to fall in line almost with everything, or do you want
no, it's just if I'm at a barbecue, I'm not really going to play much hip-hop.
Right.
Or R&B or anything that people would listen to from the radio, any of the pop things either.
What's your experience with people who have that same level of enjoyment of things, but that just aren't your things?
That's the thing. I don't really know anybody who enjoys things like I do.
Neither party will try and break down a wall or something to try and explore a new thing at least a little bit and give it a shot.
Most of the people I know have their hard opinions about how the things I enjoy suck, and I get it.
Yeah,
you know?
New metal. Me and you, never.
Yeah. No, I listen to plenty of it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I listen to it, but I'm not I'm not at that level of enjoyment. I won't listen to I won't buy the new Limp Bizkit album when it comes out. I'm not I'm not following them you follow the career of the Menzingers or whatever. I don't even know what the fucking label that Fred Durst owns. I have to look it up on Wikipedia before I went into that whole Kevin Rudolf hole. Which is not a thing you want to do.
Not even Lil' Kim.
No, ask her breasts. They were weird. It was fucking... Yeah, but, you know... It's weird. It's... Yeah, you really like the things you like.
I try to absorb...
But you want to get...
I try to absorb everything so I can get to know the people that like... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but you have the things that you grew up with.
Yeah, I have the things that I have attached to myself.
Feel strongly
and
about.
I just feel I don't think anyone... likes to attach themselves via other vehicles like I do.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they won't do it to that high of an emotional level, I feel.
Yeah.
Just out of and at least for some people who have anxiety too, they out of a fear of what would other people think, you know, if I show them that I'm really into this one thing, you know.
Yeah.
Then they start, finding those people, and they never actually grow as, people, because they're just sticking around in those same groups.
I guess. Yeah, I think that's what fucks me up is I attach myself so hard to certain media that I assume if other people tell me about a thing they enjoy enough, I believe they like it as much as I like the things I like.
Yeah.
And most of the people I know don't like things that much. They just don't care. They have their opinions of what they don't like, and they will just absorb everything else.
No, that's kind of me with your musicals.
Yeah.
Because I'm just
so
not... I was never into them, but I don't hate them or anything like that. I don't have... In those formative years, I wasn't exposed to enough of them to form a hard opinion. Yeah. Like I said, it was all new metal and Pokemon and fucking Beekman's World. That was it. Beekman's World for some reason ended up on that list. It was just the first thing that popped into my mind. I'm sorry.
That's good. No, that's now part of you.
I actually enjoy Beekman's World. Have you ever seen it?
It wasn't bad. I tried to watch it again recently. It didn't do it for me.
I mean, it is of the time, that wacky, zany 90s, but it was the precursor. It came up before Bill Nye, but it just didn't package, I think, science in a way. Beekman's not the voice of science. He's not fighting for climate change currently right now,
Yeah,
it would be a weird, Freaky Friday universe where Bill Nye isn't the man he is right now, and it's fucking whoever Beekman was. Him and that fucking dude in the rat suit.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Going to UN climate change panels and debating creationists. Oh, man, I totally watched that. I totally watched the dude in the rat suit debate that creationist guy who owns the fucking museum.
I would like to see a TED Talk of that, and then the dog from Wishbone telling you about literature.
Just all these, not these, kind of culty, 90s cultural icons just having, these positions, in the modern day where they're, have a stance on something.
Yeah. LeVar Burton's going to come out and tell you about books and space.
Yeah.
He's just gonna freestyle that shit.
Have you seen he kind of is a little bit of an,
I've never seen him advocate for anything. I haven't seen him interview at all.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's mostly a Twitter thing, I guess, where he's just he's for the things you might expect him to be for. Perfect. As an actor and a humanitarian.
Better go see what LeVar Burton's up to.
And being in Star Trek, which is kind of, I guess, is a way to kind of open up your mind. There's no is there anybody who was in any of the Star Trek casts who are kind of alt-righty, or at least not libertarian in a way?
Kind of. I watched
Will Shatner, maybe?
No, he's actually pretty decent.
Is he? Okay.
What's her face? Counselor Troy, Marina Sirtis.
What? I don't...
Counselor Troy from The Next Generation. She was... I watched her debating Greg Graffin from Bad Religion. And they were on opposite sides of the issue of just like, she was like, men should be men and women should be women. And people should play into these gender roles. He's like, and he was just like, I don't think that's cool. And this was like back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Love what you want.
He was just like, he's like, I think that it's fine to have these quote unquote breakdowns of societal structures so that people can evolve and feel comfortable in who they are. And she's like, fuck no, men should man up. And I was like, damn, whoa, Counselor Troy is not open about people. That is crazy.
Wait, was she the ship like emotion counselor?
Yeah,
that was her.
That was
holy
her.
shit,
right? She's
that's weird.
Of all people, she's
wow.
this person
that's
that I saw as like
180.
this beacon of empathy.
Yeah.
I just got to watch her go off on one of my favorite punk singers, and I was like, oh no, she's wrong.
Fuck, that's like if Mr. Rogers was for the Iraq War.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, like, that ruined me for a little bit.
Wow.
And I just didn't look into any of the other Star Trek people because I was like, fear. I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. They're all going to be fucked. Be like,
not all of them. No, LeVar's
Jean-Luc Picard has actually been a legit skinhead the whole time.
Yeah. Well, he's like fucking dope. He's like really good friends with Ian McKellen, who like came out.
Yeah.
And he's like been just like a super supportive friend. Like that's you can like look at like they're two old dudes like just aging.
Yeah, and they used to just be part of the Royal Shakespeare Company. So he was probably like, of course you're gay. We're theater nerds.
Yeah, and it's like fucking love each other. Like it just kind of carried over. Like I don't know what his stance is. Like I don't know what his hard opinions are on fucking, you know, marriage and all that stuff. I mean, he's just like out there just like being a person.
He's obviously fine with people marrying whoever they want. I'm pretty sure his girlfriend is younger than us.
Yeah, probably. That's a thing he probably does.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay.
It is.
Yeah, I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, again, don't meet your heroes, guys.
Yeah, especially online.
Or follow them on Twitter at all. I don't do it anymore. I follow a few bands, some comedians who follow me. Yeah. And then the rest is just people I know, and then if they piss me off, I unfollow them.
Like, I really like the voice of Hades, but then, it turns out he's not a cool guy on Twitter.
The voice of Hades is...
James Woods.
Oh, God.
Not James Woods. Not the... We met a comic whose name is also James Woods. And I haven't brought it up to him, and I feel like it's a little bit... He probably knows, but it's also unfortunate that that's the name.
Poor
James Woods.
Poor James Woods.
Yeah, my favorite voice of Hades. Or,
Yeah, with Hades with the blue hair.
Hades with the blue hair. From that Hercules Disney movie, which you can find on Disney Plus, by the way. Yeah,
I think I might have access to a Disney Plus account.
I think they did a partnership with Hulu, I think. And so, I don't... Well, the service hasn't launched yet, so I don't know the specifics of it. I just haven't been keeping up, honestly.
I think my sister got one. If so, I'll toss it up on the Fire Stick.
Nice. Then we can watch the Shaggy DA. And then I
refuse to watch the Shaggy DA.
Oh, no. It'll be on 24/7.
Do we want to do a weekly podcast where every week we watch the Shaggy DA?
What's the podcast that does that for the other? Whatever, we'll talk about it after. But
like the best, not the worst idea. The worst? No, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot it was. They watch like Funny People 2 every.
Yeah. It's a fun concept, but I don't know. I don't think we have the chops to do that.
Even just doing Ralph Begnod was fucking rough, and that was only once a month.
Oh man, well. Yeah,
still watched it 10 times though.
Yeah, those guys do it every week, huh? I mean, if it's a monthly thing, maybe. But again,
maybe it's like a bonus episode thing.
It kind of falls with your whole thing. Like you enjoy when people commit to the bit, and it's going to be tough to find people who are going to be committed to watching that. I mean, I'm all in. I mean, I tweeted about it. I retweeted myself, and I retweeted myself again because I don't know how to do threads.
Hell yeah,
on Twitter. So there you go.
I think the new thing I'm going to start doing for this fucking podcast, once we reach the official 3-year mark, is I'm going to put ideas in a hat for every episode.
That's kind of like the, I know, yeah. I like that.
Any idea I pull, that's the idea
That'll
we're
be
doing.
The podcast.
Or I'll pull it the week before, so we have a week to prepare. Like if we have to watch a thing, or we have to listen to a song.
Yeah, get a community thing going, even like get a poll.
That could be good.
Whatever 4 people end up listening to the show that week, they can vote in. Give them 4 options. If it's a tie, dealer's choice at that point. You pick what you think would be fun.
And we'll call the hat the Petri dish.
Yeah. Hey, bringing it around. Hey, it only took us 151 episodes.
Yeah, 151.
And one theme song changed to finally get to where we are today.
Theme song barely changed.
It took us 2 changes of location to finally get to where we are.
Technically 3.
I mean, your mom's garage, and
Yeah.
also I count the dining room in her house as part of just the collective
Right.
of your mom's place. Your apartment for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now here.
yeah, three. 2 location changes.
2 location changes.
Which is how that...
I counted garage
See,
to
man?
other place and then other place to dining room.
It's always basically been in either your mom's house or in your apartment, and now in your actual house.
Yeah, I really don't want to do it in like a third location that I got to go out to. I already did that for band practice once, and I fucking hated it.
You mean bringing all the equipment for band practice, or
We had our own band practice space off somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So we would just go do that, and like if I had a podcast thing for that, had to schedule studio time.
Gotcha.
Fuck, that'd be a nightmare.
Where are you guys practicing now?
Quentin's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he took his son's room and said, "Guys, you want beds hung up on the wall so that we
Whoa.
could have all the floor space for the instruments."
Whoa, he kicked his son out of his fucking house?
He kicked
His son?
both of his sons out of their room, and by out I mean he hung them on the wall. They
Isn't
still have it's still their room.
Oh, they just puts the beds up on the walls.
Beds are just up on the wall.
He just like, this is daddy's time now.
Yep.
This is
They
daddy's
just fold those up onto the wall,
For the
and
next-
then there are sound panels.
for the next 2 to 3 hours. This is daddy's time. Go play your fucking video games.
It's the best.
Go outside.
Just kick them out.
Daddy's got a dream.
Go ride motorbikes.
Daddy's got a dream to catch.
Go be dangerous. Go poke things in the desert. We're doing a thing.
I just like the idea he just kicked his infant children.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of this house. I want to practice with my band.
His children are 3 and 5. He locks them outside in the sun when it's time for us to practice. What's the big deal?
Me and my friends got a big show at the bar.
All right, let's see what else is there. Anything to plug? Anything going on?
There's a couple comedy shows that I think I might be on one of them. I don't know. The flyer came out, but it's the Altura show Paul Spock is going to be featuring on. He's contemplating retirement from comedy, I guess, or just from just talking on stage, whatever that means. But that's his thing. That's what he's putting on. I think Jimmy Menez is going to be out there.
Nice.
And the host is probably some person who works at that bar.
That would make sense.
And then I was invited on it when Paul drove us out to Sacramento. I'm not on the flyer, so here I am making a formal announcement. Whether I'm on the show or not, I will be there.
Hell yeah.
In case a spot opens up.
Muscle your way in.
And if not, I'll probably just head down to there's the Comedy Slice show. Michael Graham, Luke Westberg. Got a lot of great comics on that too. Ed Mina. Jackie Pearl, I think is her name. I didn't get to meet her, but she was at Savage Henry, I believe. Brian Tarpley, and one other one.
Cool. One other.
Yeah.
There's somebody.
That's at the Blind Onion out here on Sparks. Which,
at Victorian Square.
Victorian Square. Fucking dope
Cool
spot.
little side room. They just put a stage up there. It's not bad.
I'm really impressed at how it looks, actually. So
Yeah,
here's
looks cool.
Here's hoping it,
If they could control the light situation, that'd be best. But I understand if they're
what can you
still
do?
trying to just have a venue.
They could also, if they can... Yeah, they'll figure it out. If they could, they can even buy a light. Dylan has a light, doesn't he? That's what
Probably.
he was doing with the Imbibe thing.
Yeah.
When they can just turn all the lights down, just have that light up on stage or something. There's ways to, self-produce things that I just don't think about because I don't want to produce shit.
Yeah.
But that's going to change this year. Oh boy, let me tell you. That's going to all turn around. I'm going to get off my butt. I'm going to stop reading these Kevin Rudolf Wikipedia pages, and boy, look at me. I'll be out there booking rooms with real comics. You'll be on some of them if you
Hell
want to
yeah.
be. But I'll go up. I'll play it by ear if you want to actually do shit.
I'll do real shows.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm just done with open mics. I'm done with shows of people that I don't care about.
Yeah. Speaking of shows, and then as far as a plug goes, open mics at Albo Room, 2nd and 4th Monday for the time being until I guess switch it to just being alternating Mondays because sometimes calendars
extra
are
Mondays.
fucking gay.
Yeah, there's
They
extra
fucking-
Mondays that
There
fuck
are
you
extra.
over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't had an open mic in 4 weeks.
Well, it doesn't fuck me over. I just don't need to host a thing for an extra week. But
Yeah.
I feel like it'll confuse people, and I don't. The scene's already kind of in a disarray with organized. There's no organized space that people can go to and find out where everything's happening. They've kind of got to comment on the thread. Facebook thread, not my sweet Twitter thread that I set up about the Shaggy DA.
The Shaggy DA.
Which you can comment on if you want to know about comics and the goings on in Reno. Feel free to comment on that not thread, but that nested retweet that I did for myself.
Just tweet them, guys.
Yeah, give me a
Tweet
tweet
'em.
at Austin J Baca. That's or just type my name, you'll find
Austin
it.
Chabaka.
Yeah, I haven't figured out a funny way to do a comedy Twitter yet, so I'm gonna see my real name. That's out there.
That's
Use
the way
it.
to do it.
What about you? You got anything to plug?
Just my show on Friday. Sad Giants and Matthew Howlett at the Library Tap House and Hookah Lounge. Show starts at 8 o'clock. It'll probably be done by 10. I only have so many songs. It's going to be a good time. Less and less people, I think, are showing up. It's slowly killing my spirit, and that's fine.
I'm gonna invite the 2 other people I know outside of the comedy
Hell
community.
yeah.
My former coworkers. I'll invite them. I'll see what happens.
Might toss something up on Reddit and see if people want to.
Yeah, Reddit's a good spot because, I mean, fucking people are lonely as fucks.
Yeah, and that's how we got like
out on Reddit. Don't know what there's going.
100 views on the video as we just tossed it up on Reddit. Be like, we did it.
People don't know what to do in this town sometimes. Some people are quite literally new to your town. They don't know what to do. So they need
fuck with them.
So they need a subreddit to figure it out.
So if you're listening to this podcast, come to that show.
Come on
so I'll
out.
be less sad. As long as there's like 10 people there, I just don't want to be singing to like just my dad, you know?
Yeah, don't let them do that. That's weird.
So I've already done too many shows like that in my
awkward.
life. I want to be done with that phase of my life.
Yeah, let's get it over with. Let's get Bobby over that hump.
Fuck. I just want to be able to book a show and know people will show up, and I'm still not at that point in my music career.
For music, okay, yeah.
Music. Comedy, I'm still guaranteeing empty rooms for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But
music and comedy, like booking, there's a lot of similarities, but I imagine there's some huge differences as far as like logistics goes, because there is more equipment and people involved.
Mm-hmm. And people will passively listen to music.
Yeah, you can put a show on anywhere.
People can be a fan of my music and just show up because they're like, oh, I think I like this. If they don't know my comedy, which most people won't, they're just not going to show up, and I understand that.
That's fine. That's fine.
You have to actively participate in comedy.
Yeah, you got to go out there and you got to promote. But so is that it? That's all you're plugging?
That's all I got.
What
That's
about
the only fucking shows.
What's in the cultural stratosphere that you're into?
New season of Letterkenny is out tonight.
You son of a bitch! You took my plug.
New season of Letterkenny.
I haven't watched it yet. Well,
me neither. I was gonna watch a couple episodes, and then I realized I gotta make a podcast.
Yeah, I still gotta catch up on like season 6 anyway.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's it. New season of Letterkenny. Listen to the Menzingers album. Listen to the Pup album. Listen to Tiny Moving Parts album. What else have I fucking put this year? I got my albums of the year playlist already ready to go.
Nice.
So, Pup, Stuck Out Here, Menzingers, Tiny Moving Parts, Orville Peck. Lizzo's is in there. Slater-Kinney is in there.
No, yeah, I went ahead and I want to go ahead and start using Spotify a little bit as a kind of a social media platform just to see what other people are listening to.
Yeah, it's fun to make playlists and fuck around.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's kind of my plug, honestly, is making Spotify playlists and listening to pretty much a lot of the same stuff. Bully, good band. I think Chastity Belt. Those are all bands I plugged last week. Mainly because some of the new music for me is not always new. It's just like
things you found.
Yeah, things you found. So like the Tragically Hip, which is just from speaking of Letterkenny, it's just like a thing that popped up as like a throwaway joke that Wayne makes in one of the episodes. Looked into them. They're no longer a band, unfortunately, but they're like the most famous band in Canada.
Sweet.
So there's like a whole catalog you can like look into, and they have some pretty dope songs. Bob Cajun's a fun song, which I kind of would bring to a karaoke, I think. If you want to be like sad and emotional, I guess.
Frequently.
There you go. So let's check out Bob Cajun by the Tragically Hip. Rest in peace. God, I wish I knew the name of the guy who passed away. But Canada is a little less up north because of it now. What do I say?
Canada's a little closer to our hearts.
Canada's a little bit closer. Yeah, now that they've suffered some kind of a loss. Yeah. Oh, and comedian John Hastings. He's a UK comic by way of Canada, who is like a really funny. His style it's weird. I think you'd like how he tells jokes and shit. I think you'd probably enjoy it. He has a couple albums, but he's been doing it for a while, and super cool dude. I've never met him. I'm just assuming that he's a super cool dude because he's Canadian.
Hell yeah!
So that's all my plugs, I think. Have you any good restaurants? Any good restaurant plugs?
Any good restaurant plugs? Let me think. You can get a stack of 4 chicken patties on one sandwich at Jack in the Box now.
You can do that, huh?
I saw that poster and I was like, whoa. Why do I think it's fine with burgers, but I see the chicken and I'm like, hold on.
Oh, yeah. And then you saw it and you're like, I'm fine with this.
I saw that and I was like, technically that's healthier than a stack of burgers, but also, fuck.
Yeah, the universe is a little less dark now.
Kind of want to go get one.
Hey.
But I'm done with fast food. I bought groceries. I'm going to cook for myself. I got to get that 300-pound mark.
Got to slow it down a little bit. Have you weighed yourself? Well, this point not.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
End of the podcast.
I haven't weighed myself for this time, and I'll check back in after
back.
I've had a week to decompress from all the White Claw I've drank.
Yeah, next week you and Nick, mano y mano, live on the pod. You guys are gonna fight. You're gonna throw real punches, and it's gonna be picked up on these microphones.
Hell yeah!
And then I'll be there. I'll be reffing.
It's gonna sound like hot meat.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like fucking throwing bologna at salami. That's what it's gonna sound like. Salami's the harder meat, so I think one of you guys is soft. That's all I'm gonna say. With that. I think one of you guys is super fucking soft.
They used to call me old Bobby Hard Meat Benedict in high school.
Old Bobby Weave, huh? Oh, you're gonna give me old Bobby Weave, huh?
All right, see you guys next week.
Hey, that works on 2 levels. You think about it.